Welcome, everybody, to the debut of the one and only Going on Daily. Mark this calendar down, people, because this is the day where we're changing everything. Everything.
You
This is
got it.
going to be a great show. I am Ron, and I'm joined by Richard right here with me. Richard, how are you?
Brother, I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying life, man. It's Monday morning. I didn't even have my coffee yet, so look out.
There we go. So let me tell people about how this came about. I've always wanted to do a morning show, and I started putting it together. I posted on a group, and nothing happened for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm like, oh well, that didn't do anything, so nobody's
Yeah.
interested, right? Then all of a sudden, boom, 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 all these people started jumping in and responding. Richard, I got to talk to you first, and this is why you are with me first. But it is going to change the dynamics like constantly. So when you think you know the show, look out because we got some surprises. We will also have Mike and Becky as co-hosts as well as
Yeah.
they will filter in throughout the time. So tomorrow I will be with Mike and hopefully Becky will be able to join me on Thursday. That would be great. And then we shuffle up. And when people are available, we'll put them in. I might not be on the show. Somebody else will be taking over, with different days. So we'll shuffle everybody around and we're gonna do things like that. So we're gonna have a good time though. We're gonna have
Dude,
a
it's
good
always a good time, man. You ready to rock and roll with this, man?
Oh
We
my
got a
god,
great
I am
lineup of
so
stories today.
excited. I actually had butterflies. I've been doing this now for like 3.5 years. And today I was nervous and a complete wreck. Right. And I'm like, oh my God, are we gonna be able to do this? Are we gonna be able to
Hey,
pull it off?
Ron, just be
We're gonna be
cool.
able to pull it off.
Cool, calm, and collect, brother. We got it, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, to start off, we're gonna do the opening story with Simone Biles. Now,
Yeah.
did you see that? Like, she's amazing. She's one of the best athletes of all time, in my.
Oh, in our history, of course.
And so let's just sum this up. She won her ninth U.S. all around title. Ninth. That
None.
extending her record. Nobody's done this. No one has done this. 9-time all around winner for the U.S. In the U.S. championships. Um, which is a record, of course. Plus, not only did she just win it, she won every event.
She's on a mission these days. You know that, Ron. I mean, did you see her condition? Like, she is like, I mean, she's won all them gold medals. I think this is the best shape she's been in and focused ever.
Yes,
I mean, she
yes.
is in a zone.
She looks absolutely amazing. So a clean sweep. Now, this is the second time she clean sweep the all arounds. That's just insane.
It
That's
is.
insane. I mean, to be the best at every single event, everything.
I mean, how do you do that? Seriously. The last time we had somebody do that, what was it? Back in the 70s, right? You
Well, it
have
was
Michael
her.
Phelps, and you have Bruce Jenner back in the day. I mean, decathlon. Both of them
Right.
were like rock stars. I mean, now you got Simone. Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, and you made that comparison, like a decathlete. You know, that is an athlete, right? You can
Oh,
compete in
yeah.
10 events and win, right? But how many have won all 10 of those events? You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
always like a weakness to these athletes in some way. There's no weakness. There's no weakness. She's good
No.
at everything.
She is. She is. How do I say it nicely? She's a badass, and and I can't wait for her to go to the Olympics this year. I think it's something that, she don't
Oh,
even
I'm
have to prove
excited.
anything anymore. It's just that she wants to be the best ever, and it's just like, this
And
will be
it's looking like it.
this is her final
Um,
Olympics, I think. Well, hey, the way she's going, she could go to more Olympics. Who knows?
who knows, right? I mean, why do you have to put an age on it, right? If you're
Yeah.
a great athlete, come back. Keep
Oh my.
coming.
goodness, yeah.
So she won by 5.9 points. Okay, over Sky Bleakley, who is also a good athlete.
Yes.
But the difference between first and second, 5.9, is greater than second to 10th.
Man.
That's complete domination in my book. So Simone
Oh,
Biles, a champion of all champions, pretty much. She's got to be in that conversation. You know how you have Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Wayne
mhm.
Gretzky. She's got to be in that conversation now. She has to be.
And you know what's great about it, Ron? Way our country's going right now. We need people like her to step up.
Oh,
Seriously. I mean,
absolutely.
this is something to unite the country with something like this,
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So that is the opening story, and I'm loving it. I'm, like everything after this is just gravy now because
It
you
goes right
woke up
down.
this morning. We just gave you information on what Simone Biles did this weekend. This weekend, what did you do this weekend?
Sit on your
I
couch,
did
watch
nothing.
Netflix.
I went to a brewery.
Oh, of course. Weekends is about
Wasn't winning
drinking.
any awards. It's kind of amazing. It really is. So I'm just starstruck. You know what I mean? I'm starstruck. So if you're watching us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. Also Facebook, same thing at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You could be watching us on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. And of course, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter because it just makes more sense.
Well, do you know, real quick, Ron, do you know it might go back to Twitter now? It might change the name back. I swear.
That would be the smart thing because
So,
X is
yeah.
stupid. Sorry, that's just how it
When you
is.
think of X, what do you think
Give
of?
me a Christmas card I lose on the show. First one, there we go. Lost his Christmas card.
I know the X logo is like so many different other people had that. You had
Stupid.
Malcolm X, you had the X-Men. I mean, it goes on and on. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's the dumbest thing probably he's ever done. You know, but who am I, right? Who am I? So we've got an exciting show for you today. We've got all kinds of topics. We have J Lo.
Oh, yeah.
The California Coral Fire. We'll talk about that. We've got um, 5 top summer travel destinations. Richard, I cannot wait to hear your point of view on so many things. You at home, you're going to be getting to know us the same that me and Richard are getting to know each other. Because we don't really know each other until we came together on this, and
About what, 30 minutes is all we know each other for?
yeah, pretty much. So I have a 30-minute head start. So hottest trends in tech. Oh God, I cannot wait. And of course, the job market. Richard, you've got a lot of stuff coming, and it's just exciting to get to know all of this stuff. And if I can find my details of the show, that would help. So we're gonna do the top destinations for summer. Why don't we get into that, Richard? What do you got for us?
I tell you what, Ron, I did some research from USA Today, and you're going to be shocked because as a kid growing up, where do you go? You go to Florida, you go to Myrtle Beach. If you're on the East Coast, California, they're not even in the top 5 or 10. Is this telling you that Florida, people's not going to Disney World anymore? Miami, the amazing top 5. You ready for this? This is from USA Today just recently. It's Mackinac, Michigan. I think I got that right.
Wait,
People
what?
are going to Michigan. Yeah, it's on the lake. Beautiful. I looked at the pictures. Yes, it's a destination now. Ocean City, Maryland, which I've been there
Oh,
before.
I've been there.
Yeah, Ocean
Love
City,
it.
Maryland. It's great. I mean, it is, but it's like, seriously, like I'm thinking, where is Florida at on this? we know what the economy's like. So you see what people's doing now? They're going to other destinations, less crowded. Hopefully, they're thinking,
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you straight up, Florida's expensive. I just was at Key West, and you can drop $1,000 in one night if you don't watch yourself. You know what I mean? It's expensive these days. So how do you take a family there?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just like going to sporting events. I mean, you can't take a family anymore. It's hard.
It isn't. And then the next one is Catalina Island, which is, the Catalina Wine Festival. So California is going to have that. You don't even see LA on here. You don't see Venice Beach, Santa Monica, nothing like that. And
Wow.
then you got Cody, Wyoming. Like people are
Cody,
going,
Wyoming.
they're going out west now to do horses and stuff. I guess people from the city, a lot of people now are like saying,
Yeah.
I want to go to the country and maybe live there. You know how it is. I mean, we see it on the news all the time.
Hey,
City
maybe
life
they'll see
isn't the
Billy
greatest.
Crystal out there. City Slickers.
Yeah. That's a
They
great
can
movie,
all
by the
search
way.
for Curly's gold.
Oh my goodness. We are going way back to the 80s, man. You're dating yourself now, Ron. You know that right now, brother.
Yeah,
You are
I know,
dating
I know.
yourself. Oh my God. And the next one, I got to give a shout out. This is where I grew up, Laurel Highlands, Pennsylvania, which we have some great places there. Frank Lloyd Wright, Falling Waters is there. We have a lot of whitewater rafting, great mountains.
I cannot believe I haven't been whitewater rafting yet.
Dude,
And I absolutely need to do it.
I'll tell you what, Ron, I got to tell you a story real quick. About 10 years ago, this was for a work. I won't tell you the company I worked for at the time, but we did an outing. We didn't sign any release forms. They could have been sued out their ass. I hate to say it on it. We went to Ohio. There were 6 of us, no training, went with a guide. Our boat capsized in a number 5, if you know what that is. So we kept swirling around. I lost my boot, hit my tailbone, was going down the water, and I'm a great swimmer, Ron. And I tell you what, man, it was the last time I went. The whole boat went out. Everybody else went toward the shore. I went the other way, swimming around. When you get that water in your mouth and you're just flying down the river like you see in a movie, dude, if you just see my eyes, man, thank God they threw some stuff in. I caught a rope, man, going down. But that was the last time I whitewater raft. So not to scare anybody out there, but man, you got to go with some experts, because if you don't have experts in your raft, man, look out, man.
Wow. That's a little scary. See, again, people, you are learning on the fly just like I am. So, we want you to get here. Watch us live. Jump in with the conversation. That's what we're about. We want those comments. We want you to talk to us, and I don't know. We're getting to know each other, and you at home are doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Doing the same thing.
And then the next one, last one I'm going to roll out, Gulf Shores Beach in Alabama is a destination now.
Alabama
has some of the greatest beaches. I didn't realize this, but I've seen pictures, and I really want to go there. It's almost like Panama City. It's Gulf of Mexico. I think it's 75 miles of Alabama stretch, and it's less crowded, beautiful sand, Gulf of Mexico. Why would you go to Tampa and Clearwater, which I love? I mean, these are destinations I go to all the time. People now are not going there from the surveys. Is that crazy?
That's kind of bizarre, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
it's people looking for that value, right? And you can capture the same moments in Alabama as you can in Miami Beach, right?
Well, when I was at Miami, we drove to Key West. I'm going to tell you, Miami on the Parkway was worse than New York City. Flying by, traffic everywhere. You sit for 2 hours in traffic in Miami. People don't know that. They think it's like you sit there in traffic. And just let you know, people drive like crazy down there, Ron, because it's a no fault. So they just bump you and keep on going if you don't wreck, and it's like you just go turn into your insurance company.
Absolutely.
It's crazy down there. But yeah, when I seen that, and I did the research this weekend, I was so shocked not to see Florida or San Diego in there, or some other destinations like Niagara Falls. Yeah. It's telling you where America's gone these days. There, that all them destinations that we did as a kid in the last 5 years is changing. Because Disney World,
Grand Canyon isn't on there, or Yellowstone.
They were on there like, I think 12. So it's still up there, but it's not like, but if you go to Disney World, my friends just got back. You know what a hopper pass costs at Disney now? It's like $200 a person. Even if you're a kid, if you could be a 4-year-old, you're paying $200 a day.
Wow. That's stunning. And I'm just shocked Disney's not number one. To be honest with you,
I
I'm
thought it
shocked.
was.
Wow, what a difference a couple of years makes, huh?
I know. No Mickey Mouse Club anymore, right?
No, well, I mean, didn't they like get rid of Mickey as their official mascot
I think they did. You're right.
because he's now public domain?
Yes.
So they are leaning, towards, I guess, other things. I'm guessing stuff like Frozen and stuff like that. So Elsa is like big time popular, and so and Kenny joined us. Is South Carolina on there? That's what Kenny wants to know. Is South
No, not
Carolina?
at all. Nope. And I love the Carolinas, man.
Oh,
Charleston, South Carolina.
I love
Oh,
Charleston. Loved it.
the Outer Banks are beautiful too. They're not
Oh
on there
yeah,
now. Yeah.
yeah. So Kenny, thank you for the question, and thank you for joining us. Kenny's one of our Sports Unfolded guys,
Nice.
and he loves when we do shows like this. So he's been on my show Entertainment Flash with me a couple of times, and we just raise hell.
Wait, Ron, real quick before you said Mickey Mouse got canceled. You know who else got canceled? Ronald McDonald's getting canceled. You know that?
Oh,
Which was, I got to tell you real quick before we go to the next subject. That was the creepiest thing McDonald's had. When you look at it now, Ronald's kind of creepy. And then did you remember the burglar and all? Like it was
yeah,
all
the burglar
creepy
and
names.
Grimace.
Yeah, creepy names. Like, yeah, heavy set Barney it was. It's like, it's like, what the hell?
Heavy set Barney.
But when you look at these, because remember the playground they had outside? You could go in it and it was, and Grimace had the cage you shake like an animal. It's like, man, it's like you look back and you're like, yeah, you don't see any of these comics out there for McDonald's at all anymore. They're like totally in the back.
It's a different world. It's kind of sad.
Okay, so you know this. The Happy Meal is no longer called the Happy Meal. You know that?
Wait, it's not?
No, they're changing it where you have stickers on it. It could be called a sad meal, mediocre meal. They're putting like stuff in there now, like to say it's not a Happy Meal in there because I thought a Happy Meal is when you get it, you're happy, right?
Right.
No, they're making it where you could be, you could be sad and have your expressions, which I think is like, I'm going to tell you, I think it's out of control. It's like, really? Like the Happy Meal is changed?
Dumb. So now I'm going to pick on McDonald's now.
Get yourself a sad meal for $12.
Yeah.
By the way, a Happy Meal is $12.50 now. You know that. $12.50 for a Happy Meal.
Yeah, I know that. That's why, I go to that other fast food with the lady's name.
There you go. And there's no dollar menu anymore. It's like, I mean, where's the dollar menu?
I went to McDonald's the other day and spent like $20 for some nuggets and fries. I'm like, what is going on?
And this is tying into what we're going to talk about later. It's like the economy is so expensive. Like if you go anywhere fast food, you might as well go to a sit down and have like a steak at Texas Roadhouse for a cheaper price.
I can go and get, steak, potatoes, and some corn and pay less than going to McDonald's. It's crazy.
It is insane.
It's absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Oh, Kenny. Oh, you just started, commenting now, and you got watch. You think that's it? You missed Simone Biles, by the way, Kenny. We did that story. But right now, let's talk about these California coral fires. This has potential to get out of hand.
Yeah,
and it is really, really sad when these things happen. You feel a little warm there, Richard?
Dude, the heat is on me right now, man. We got the pool behind me. I'm ready to jump in right now.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking. I was like, wait, I got to get in there. That's nice. So the California coral fires is now spread to 14,000 acres, and that was as of like 6 hours ago. Mm-hmm. So it could be even worse now. It so far injured 2 firefighters. They had some mandatory evacuations. Some of them were lifted, and some of them are still in currently going on still. So if you are from that area and it's getting a little warm, you might want to look out your window. So it started Saturday near Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory site. I don't know what that is,
No,
but that's where it apparently started. And, that was on Saturday afternoon.
man.
So, I mean, we remember those fires like from Canada, and that was just completely devastating. I hope this doesn't blow up into something like that. Um, we've seen a lot of big time fires, especially out west, and it's a scary thing. And people lose their homes, and it's not a fun thing. So, but it is worth talking about because you know there should be some way of containing fires better, right? You might think that with technology it might have gotten better, but it's really not.
No, it's not. Come on, you gotta see these fires. My brother lives in California, and he said, "Man, when you see these, it's just like you're in a movie, man. It's like not enough firepower. You don't have enough workers to go out there and fight it, and then just the water, like they're scarce on all that stuff. They keep bringing that in. You figure that there's nothing up in the hills, so they got to truck that in on planes and stuff. It takes forever.
Yeah, yeah, and there's got to be some way of fighting these things better, right? I mean, you would think that they would have developed something, but then it would take chemicals. And you can't really do that because animals are out there
Yep.
and people,
Yeah.
you
So that
know? So, I mean, if they can come up with something, I think they really need to start looking at this because as the globe gets heated a little more every day, it's it's becoming more and more of a problem. And I don't know. I don't know. Global warming to me is real.
Oh, you said that word, right? The word that it goes around. So many disputes on that. We won't. That'll be another subject some other day. But man, it's like But yeah, you're totally right. Things have changed. Even the winters around here. I have my opinions. But they're very mild these days in Pennsylvania
Yeah.
and West Virginia, like they used to be. And then,
Yeah, storms are bigger and stronger. And when you think about it, the common denominator is there's more moisture in the air because of the ice melting. I
mhm.
mean, and those that generates the storms, right? So it all starts with that. And but you got to be careful out there. You always have to have a backup plan now because you never know when a disaster is going to strike, whether it is fire or a hurricane, or if you're in a different part of the world, cyclone.
Yep.
And we do have viewers from everywhere on Rhode Island Broadcasting. So we try to please everybody. So typhoons,
Yeah.
these are all getting stronger, and you have to have a plan. Don't just go through life without any type of plan, because that is just a disaster waiting to happen. And that's why you have so many disasters. You know, all these storms that hit, and people don't want to leave their house because, we've always rode out all these hurricanes. Well, they're stronger now. So you might not want to ride it out.
No.
Just say. So that is the coral fires.
Yeah.
So we hope everybody, you know, is okay. As long as you're okay, a house can be replaced. Not
Exactly.
easily, not easily, not these
Mhm.
days, but it can still be replaced.
Yep.
You can
And all
still
we can say at the end, Ron, is get out of town, like you said. Do not stay around and try to be a hero. When they tell you to leave, leave. Grab the most belongings you have. Our prayers are for you and that stuff like that. You can
Yep.
always, I know it's all memories. Then a day, it's about yourself. Get out.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna move on now. We're gonna talk some tech.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
technology.
we're gonna talk some tech. Um, I myself feel like I'm a little behind the days, but you're going to enlighten me right now.
What's here, Ron? The technology, it's changing right now as we talk. Every 2 seconds, it's because something's changing. The iPhone now, the new iPhone that came out a while back, and I have a Droid, so I have to convert to the iPhone soon. My family will disown me. Just let you know, Ron, because my mom can't FaceTime me, my brothers can't FaceTime me. So, but the iPhone now, it's kind of crazy what it can do. Like the iMovie and stuff, it's on the iPhone. A lot of creators now are creating short reels, movies on their phone. They don't even need a laptop or computer anymore. And it's getting to that point now where in 2024, as you see it, their content creators are everywhere. This is like a new profession now that has been rising and rising now that you can have a living off of this kind of stuff. I mean, it's big time. And then TikTok just went in. I've seen this. This is recent, and I don't know if it's coming out very soon or they're going to wait. But you know how TikTok is. As soon as they announce something, it's out within a day. But they're going to go to 60-minute videos and
Which
stuff
is
like that.
awesome. So you'll be able to watch this show on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a Rhode Island Broadcasting account there.
And you know what's amazing? That TikTok is creating a way for the other ones. Instagram's trying to keep up with it. Everybody else is. TikTok's has created it, and it's going strong. And you know what? Everybody watches TikTok. I have friends that are 70 years old and watches it. I mean, it's entertaining. It's educational. There's a lot of stuff on there that I think that, in the next couple of years, I mean, as we look at it, Ron, the number one streaming service, what do you have? It's YouTube. You know that. It's bigger than Netflix. You have Google's the number one search. Second number one search is who owns YouTube. It's Google. So Google has 1 and 2 just like that. So the technology is, if you're not on social platforms, Ron, I tell everybody out there, you're missing the boat in 2024. And you know that, man, having this show.
Yeah.
Else,
oh, absolutely.
You got to be on them. But it's crazy how the movies, they're making movies now with this AI stuff that I got to tell you about. Like, you can make another Jurassic Park and never go to anywhere overseas. You can do this basically all in your home. You know that right now. And is that crazy?
It is crazy. Everything is AI. I don't know what is real, what isn't anymore. Now getting back to TikTok, what's the deal with them? Is the United States going to stop them from being in the country?
Okay, so I have some inside scoop on this. I won't tell you where my source is, but it's a family member that actually is dealing with TikTok. It's not going to go anywhere. I mean, if they do that, then they have to get rid of Temu, Shein, which are the two big shopping networks that are based out of China too. So you have all these pinpoints. You can't point somebody else. I think that they're going to maybe tighten up a couple things, but our information is out there no matter what. I don't know if you guys remember, but like when not YouTube, but Facebook had maybe a year ago, they had this thing that went around where you could change pictures and make yourself like an emoji and all that, like a cowboy, a cowgirl and all that. Do you know who was behind all that? The company was owned by a United States company, but also owned by a company from Russia. So all your information was going back to Russia. And we didn't know this and people kept adding it and making pictures and all this stuff because you download your information. So that tells you that our information's out there. So don't be scared. It's out there. I mean, you just got to rely on the security and hope the cybersecurity takes care of what they need to,
Yeah.
But TikTok, long story short, TikTok's not going to go anywhere. No, Ron, it's just going to get stronger, as you can see. I mean, you see, they're not scared. They're adding more stuff. They're adding a shopping network where it's going to be like QVC almost, like where you get on there, spontaneous shopping. I mean, it's going to be your one source now. Seriously. I mean, you get on TikTok, Facebook, all the platforms you're on, that's all you need anymore. It comes down to it.
That's interesting. See, not going anywhere. You heard it here. So relax.
And if it does, don't start emailing me with hate mail.
and do you honestly think that this country is going to stop, TikTok to, they have access to that information too.
Yeah.
They're keeping tabs on everybody. So it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter.
Hey, the only thing I can say at the end, trust yourself. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if somebody in China wants my information, good luck to you. Good luck to you. That's all I can say. What are you going to get? What are you going to get? Oh, I don't know. So what else you got for us in tech?
pretty much a couple other things that are going on in tech right now is there's a couple of new apps coming out. It's called Clapper. So they're competing with TikTok. Clapper is based
Oh,
out of Austin, Texas. Yeah. So it's a up and coming thing. It's been around for about 3 years. No, not too many people know about it. I'm actually going to join it this week and try it out. So yeah, I've seen it on Cheddar News before. So there's another alternative. You know, Ron, any given time, there's always somebody coming out with an alternative. I just say we go back to
right.
MySpace and call it a day, right?
I would love it. MySpace was awesome.
Dude, MySpace had the best graphics. Remember, you had the music and
Oh,
you had all your top 10 friends. And if you didn't put them in the top 10, they hated you. They didn't want to drink beer with you and shit.
right. Oh my God. See, now here's the thing. If I knew how to do all that stuff, I would create my own, you know, social network.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
We'll teach you, Ron.
Yeah. Good luck with that one. I can barely use my phone half the time. Barely use it.
It's a day
Not
and age.
very savvy. Not very savvy.
But you know what? Your phone's with you all the time, right?
It is.
How many times do you scroll on your phone a day? Here's another tech question. Like seriously, like when you go to the airport, just look next time you go to the airport anywhere or a restaurant, people's on it no matter what. Even if nobody's
Oh,
responding to
absolutely.
them. It's like holding a bottle of beer or cigarette. It's up to your mouth all the time. Am I right? It's crazy. Like when you
It
watch it,
is true.
it is like, and people, here's the thing I get in relationships real quick. Technology's really killed some of the relationships. And I'm going to be frank about that. You go to a restaurant and you see a husband and wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, they're texting on their phone, not even communicating with each other. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know about you, but I'm old school. Like if I'm out with somebody, I'm going to talk to them, give them my
Yeah.
time, look at my
Absolutely.
meal, not eat my meal while I'm on my phone. It's like, you don't know what the hell you're
Just
eating.
the other day, Richard, just the other day, you know how you have the sidewalks and they put like some like flower beds in the middle of it?
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody on their phone, didn't know that the flowers were coming, and they tripped right over the flower bush.
Oh my God.
Like some little bush that's in there, and they tripped right over it. Funny as hell. I mean, it's enjoyable. I wish I was filming them while it was happening because it would go
Yeah,
viral.
exactly.
So, all right. What? Anything else for the technology?
No, not for today. We'll have more updates this week. I'm sure there'll be new tech stuff coming out for
Well,
sure.
this is all pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to check out Clapper as well.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm sure the state of Texas. Your information is in good hands with them rather than China, right?
exactly. This only thing I got to say is that name Clapper. I don't know if that name's the greatest name. It could go
No.
so many different ways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're thinking of when they name, businesses and stuff like that, but, you know, um it is what it is, right? I mean, there's a lot of bad names out there. So,
That could be a
I mean,
segment right there with bad
maybe
names.
that's
Oh
what we
my.
should do a segment on, the worst names for businesses. There's a sporting goods name that I wouldn't have chosen for the name of my store.
I
Just
know. And it's based out of my hometown of Pittsburgh, so we won't go there after that.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, so we're gonna go from tech to the job market. So what do we have for the job market? I mean, this is exciting because these are tough times.
Oh, well, that's my expertise being in the staffing and recruiting industry, Ron. So right now the market is, it's tough. I'm going to tell you straight up, being a recruiter on the side, stuff like that, people blow my phone up all the time. These are friends and everything like that. Here's what it comes down to. And there's universities, West Virginia University. I'm going to give them a shout out real quick. They just bumped their raise up from $12 an hour if you were like a custodial or low entry to 14. Do you realize if you work for a university, you were making $12 an hour?
Wow.
Now you're up to 14. And I'm like, I hate to say it, but I got to say 14, how do you live off that? Like, and they posted on social media like it's a big thing. You're going to get more money and you're getting $2 an hour more. After
Yeah.
they take the tax out, you're making 70 cents. That's not a raise, my friends. I think really, to be honest with you, and I'm very transparent, all this stuff, unfiltered, man, because I think we need a change here. The companies, they can't find workers because the economy, living is so expensive these days. Nobody can work for under like, I got to be honest, 18, 20 bucks an hour just as survival because of the
Yeah.
milk and everything else. So what do? And people say, I'm playing the system, I'm staying at home. And people are like, well, they're just staying at home. What do? I mean, you need health care. You know, real quick right now, Ron, that actually 60% of your salary goes to health care when you pay
Yeah,
it.
that's craziness.
And then you have to pay for food and bills. So what do you have left over at the end? A little bit of
Yeah, not
sawdust,
much.
a couple
Not much.
beers. So the economy, the hot jobs are still like the nursing, which a lot of nurses are getting out of the field now because they just don't want. Nobody wants to work 60 hours a week, Ron. That day and
No.
age is over. As you can, we just talked about the content creators. Everybody wants to be, like do side gigs, sell makeup or, whatever it is. And they're making great money doing that, like supplements and stuff. Go for it. I mean, nobody wants a slave and work on the weekends. I seen this one company. You ready for this? They said you got to work 7 days a week, 2 weeks in a row. So you have every weekend you're working. Like, how do you have a family with kids to go to see baseball? This is where the job market's bad because they're not flexible. They're like, well, we
No.
have to have production, but nobody like the coal miners and the steel mills, like our family, our grandparents did. Nobody's doing that kind of labor anymore. I mean, we're not in that day and age. So the market really needs to be like, right now, it is very tough. And it's not because of the election either. I'm going to tell you this because during the election years, most of the time the economy is doing very well before that because they're pumping it up, to get to the election, the current president.
Yeah.
And right now, the job market is, as you can see on LinkedIn and all that, they're laying people off at Tesla, Amazon. I mean, these are big companies. Walmart
Yeah.
just laid off people.
There's a lot of factors that go into this as well because you have automation, first of all.
Mhm.
I mean, I was at the supermarket yesterday and, last I knew, I was not working for that market.
No,
But here I am ringing up my own stuff, and that just goes to show you it's like they have one register open and the rest is all that.
well, it's coming back though. Do you know that they're going to have human beings? They're going to have the registers open, and I think the self-service is actually going away.
Yeah,
Or there
because
was
people are stealing.
yes, or you're ready for this. You're going to have like a subscription. You pay $100 a year to swipe your stuff for free. They're going to.
Okay. I'm not paying to swipe myself free because I'd rather have somebody else do it.
Well, what the thing is though, you got to really think about that. Under $1,000, you actually can just walk out with it. I mean, I see pictures on Facebook all the time, people walking out with sweepers and everything. If you go in the
Well, that's
parking
the
lot,
problem.
they can't catch you. Once you're in the
Yeah.
parking lot, you're gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's like that's the big reason why they're trying to do away with that now because now the theft is so high, because people figure it out. It's like, and I know because like I'm in the store and I didn't get a receipt, and the guy couldn't figure out how to give me the receipt. And he said, "Oh, you don't need the receipt to go out, but there's a guard there checking the receipts, right?" So I go up to him. I was like, "I don't have the receipt." He said he didn't know how to give me the receipt from the register because it didn't come out, right? And he's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Wait a minute. Did I even need to do all that?"
no, not at all. Most of them
And the
are usually
movie,
talking.
no.
Them deterrents, I don't know what they're there for, but most of them are just talking, they're just hanging out,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like you go to a movie, I buy the tickets, get the little printout because I do it myself.
Yeah.
And you go, you get your popcorn and stuff, and then you go into the movie the theater you're going into, and there's nobody taking the tickets. I'm like, what's the point of buying them?
It's crazy.
What's the point of buying them? If
You
I
know,
wasn't an honest guy, I could have just walked right in.
dude, if you just want to walk in, you can walk in anywhere. You can watch 10 movies. Just walk to the next movie when it's over. Seriously, it's almost, here's what it comes down to, Ron. I'm going to tell you this. If you play stupid, you can succeed in a country. I'm going to be honest with you. It's like, oh, I didn't realize. I didn't know. But getting back to the job market real quick, some of the hot jobs still out there are like manufacturing. I think I tell kids out there all the time, Ron, there's college, which will be another segment, or go find yourself a skilled trade, plumbing, the union electricians. The electricians are booming right now. Building houses, construction is still booming. Road construction, that's booming too. So, I mean, they need people
here in Rhode Island. Every road.
Well, you know how it is on the road construction. As soon as they they fix the road in 5 years, and they start back over on day one. That's what we always joke. It's like
When I was 18, I came to Rhode Island for the first time with my uncle because he had his own body shop, and we went to an auction in Rhode Island. We took Route 146. They were working on it. To this day, they're still working on it. And it's like, I'm 57. It's been almost 40 years.
I don't even know. It's kind of funny, and that's like I don't even get into it. But like in Pennsylvania, like potholes are known everywhere. We joke that they fill a pothole in and it pops back out with the weather 2 days
Yep.
later. So it's like
Yep.
okay, yeah, refill it again. But yeah, it's crazy times. I mean, I don't know. I could never do that. Like stand there all day in the hot sun and do like asphalt. And I think the boringest job is turning the road sign. I don't know who does that, but here's the funniest part. When you have people that has their walkie-talkie tied to the thing, they won't even hold it. They're just like sitting there and just like, but now they have automation now. You see that where it's they just go, the red and green goes itself and they don't even have people flagging anymore.
Right. Yeah. Everything is like that, right? So because they have to come up, first of all, you have companies that are always greedy and they want to have less people working for them. And the state jobs are just the same. They're all the same.
Yep.
They all want to cut corners in having people, right?
Well,
So you come up with different things to make sure that you don't have to have those people.
yeah. Hey, all I can say is it's like a surfboard. We're just riding the wave in the job market right now. Just hang on.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. So, I mean, it's just never ending. But again, if you're watching us, and Kenny, I know you're out there. Thank you for being here as always. Um, you're watching us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting, Facebook at Rhode Island Broadcasting, Twitch RI_broadcasting, Twitter/X, soon to be Twitter again. Who knows? Who knows? You can see that on Broadcasting RI and Kick at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You can watch us live tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m.
Mhm.
Don't miss it. We got Mike joining us tomorrow. You're always welcome again, Richard. Join us for a segment, and I'm sure you'll probably be back on, possibly even Thursday.
Oh yeah, you know it.
So, you're gonna be in, a lot of the episodes. I could be out of some of them. Mike, Becky, they're all gonna be joining us. Gonna get to know all of us really, really well.
And something else, guys, I want to let you know out there, as you get to know me and my other podcasts, like I'm kind of crazy and just have freaking fun. Can you say crazy anymore? Maybe not. I'm just out of control. But we're going to be on the streets at times. The Shark and Rick will be on the streets. We're going to be talking to people. We're going to do some live talks about everything from the job market to just having fun economy to just saying what's the best cupcake place in town. So you never know what's going to happen this summer, man. It's going to be fun, Ron.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we can do. And it's endless because the world gives us endless material.
100%. You know it.
Endless material. So we got another segment for you. Basically, J-Lo, right?
Yeah, we're
I
gonna wrap up with
mean,
J-Lo.
she canceled her tour. Um, it's interesting because it's like, why do you schedule the tour and then only weeks to go you decide to cancel it? Yeah. See, personally, I don't think they sold out.
No. Okay. So here's what it is. I did a little bit of research when I seen this real quick. So I know what's up. So it's J-Lo. There's other people too. You know that. It's not J-Lo. There's other famous people out there that actually was going to have concerts they canceled. It's the smaller venues. They're not selling their tickets. Ticketmaster and the other ones, StubHub, they are price gouging people. I mean, we got to
Oh,
keep
absolutely.
I mean, so they can't keep up. Kenny Chesney was just 2 days ago in Pittsburgh, sold out stadium. I mean, you just see where it's at. J-Lo, people want to tailgate in the summertime. J-Lo's not a tailgate kind of concert. You just go there and show up. It's a wintertime concert. I'm going to be frank about it, unless, everybody now, all the sold out concerts right now are country. And I love country music, not to give it a heads up, but people want to be outside, cookouts, tailgates, all that. They are selling out. Kenny Chesney sells out a stadium tour all the time. And this whole summer, he's doing that.
Yeah.
Now, J-Lo and them are in smaller venues. They're coming on like a Thursday, not a weekend. The ticket prices are high. People's got to decide: do I go to Kenny Chesney or whoever, Faith Hill or whoever, or do I go to J-Lo? They have to decide.
Right.
Now, if I go to the country one, even if I'm not a country fan, I get to hang out with my friends, tailgate. Do I want that fun festival, or do I want to spend the money in J-Lo? You see what I'm coming at?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and it also has to do with some personalities too. I mean, when you think of J-Lo, she's for the lack of a better word, a higher class, right? So she's the prestige and stuff like that. So it's I don't know, it's not the party kind of atmosphere.
No, here's what you have to do. When you have J-Lo and like Madonna and them, my personal opinion in marketing, would you team up together? You got to bring 4 or 5 acts together so everybody likes one. If you just bring yourself, I mean, J-Lo's been around for a while, but how big is her fan base these days compared? There's so much new stuff out there. You know what I mean? So every year, you're still going to keep your fan base, but there's new music coming out in all categories. So how do you keep that? How do you keep that strong every year? As you can see, not getting back to Kenny Chesney, but he brought Zach Brown. I mean, he had Uncle Cracker. So, and then he had a couple other singers there. So he had a whole group. You know what I mean? He just doesn't come by himself.
Right.
So I think that's the marketing ticket. Come in with a couple other people. Bring whoever you want, and Ricky Martin or somebody else. Throw the mix in there of the Latino like explosion, call it, and bring maybe Pitbull in there. Throw him on some tours.
Like, how do you not go with Pitbull if you're J-Lo? I don't understand why because that's like my favorite song.
I don't know. To be honest with you, some people, I'm not saying this, but some people have they say, I want to be the main attraction. I don't want to be like Pitbull closes the show. I mean,
that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about with the prestige, and because you're J-Lo. And that
Jenny on the block, right?
Yeah. When you have big stars that are rising, whether it's Billie Eilish, that's a big difference. And Kenny just posted Ben acting up. I mean, that could be another factor, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. After that Dunkin' Donut commercial for the Super Bowl, I don't know what happened to Ben, right? Which was, by the way, it was a great commercial. It was my favorite commercial of the whole Super Bowl. The Dunkin' Donut one. It was incredible. God. I mean, you had the classics there. But you know what it comes down to? Seriously, it's sponsorships too. These sponsors, they have to go with the hot hand at the time. They don't have money to go everywhere. I don't know who's sponsoring this tour that pulled out, but there's a lot of factors. You just don't blame one person. It's a lot of different factors. And I think these smaller shows, they struggle. If you don't do a stadium or something like that, and you're by yourself, to pull a lot of people in. I mean, right now we know who dominates the female market. I mean, Taylor Swift. I mean, shit, just follow her blueprint. That's
right.
I mean, and Taylor won't even bring anybody with her. She's so big that she can but she has the Swifties that's all she needs. That, which will be another segment one time. I would love to talk about how Taylor Swift came to from here to, I don't even know how to mention it. Holy shit.
Massive. It's massive. And, look, if you can get those 80s bands like Heart, Def Leppard, Styx, and they jump in together and then they sell out these arenas, right? How can you not sell out?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if you get in those 80s bands that can do it, you should be able to do it. I'm sorry. And you just got to be less egotistical, I think.
You summed it up, man.
I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, you jump in. Look, it's music. Everybody loves music, okay? And the price of a ticket. I mean, I remember going and it would be like $30
Mm-hmm.
and you'd see your concert, right? Now I've seen Van Halen, I've seen Garth Brooks, I've seen, America, Rod Stewart,
Oh my.
Huey Lewis and the News. I've seen them all, right? Nowadays, it's like 300 plus. That's not doable for one person. I'm sorry.
Nope. So you have to select, like we said before, you have to select where you want to go. You can't go to them all. So
Yep. I'd rather go down to Providence and see a local band and spend $10 at the door than going and spend $300 to see someone, even if I like them, and they might not even be good anymore.
well, here's what's great about the $300. You include drinks, food, everything else inside. We want to
Yeah.
go there. That's like $20 a beer. It's like, come on.
I know. Look, and some of these bands aren't even good anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, have you heard Motley Crue live?
Not
You
recently.
can't even
but-
understand what he's saying. Now, it's okay if you're going to see AC/DC and you can't understand him because it's the same.
Well, here's the best person. You can't understand him when he talks, but you can understand him when he sings. Is Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy's the best when he's on stage. You're like, I understand every word.
Yeah.
Then when he
Yeah.
talks, you're like, what the hell did he say? But I love that. It's like he can turn it on, turn it off.
You got to go where the show is, right? And whether that show costs $10 in your local area, it's so Becky just messaged asking where can she see us? Rhode Island Broadcasting, Becky.
You give her the links.
You're going to be on the show. You got to know
Yeah,
this.
if you're on it, you can see yourself then.
So you just gotta get out there and see music. You can go see a cover band, or you can see somebody that does their own music. Like we feature some music on Rhode Island Broadcasting, and people should check that out. Like Nate Cozzolino, who's fantastic. What a songwriter he is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great bands out there. Just go to your local pub. And you're probably going to hear a good one. There's a lot of great music out there. So go where the shows are, get your value. Yes, if you want to spend, $300 to see J-Lo, that's fine. If you can afford it, that's fine. If you can afford it. But if you want your money's worth, you got to get those shows that have multiple music acts.
You got it, brother.
That's the way I look at it. So, wow, we went through all these things, all the topics, and we're still right on schedule.
Right on schedule, man. Can I do my Ric Flair? Hey, Ron,
at will.
Can I do my Ric Flair woo all the time? I do this all the time.
Oh yeah,
woo, woo! We got through it, baby.
There we go. See, so look, I mean, tomorrow's show could be completely different. Never know. You never know. So we brought our topics that we wanted to do. So we talked Simone Biles, we talked tech, we talked, J-Lo, and amongst others, even off topic. But that's the beauty of this. This is why we do this, because you never know what we're going to talk about. And, so in your comments, when you comment on the show, please, if you want us to talk about some certain thing, let us know. Let us know. We can do that. We have the ticker always going down at the bottom of the screen, so that way you can find us anywhere. Just type in Rhode Island Broadcasting. All the shows will come up. We have some great shows, Sports Unfolded. We have the Skeptic Metaphysician, Falls Count Anywhere, It Doesn't Matter podcast. So many. We have movies. And let me tell you, if you haven't seen, there's a Ghost in the Bathroom, Satterflix. Look up Satterflix. There's a ghost in the bathroom. We have that. That is an absolutely hilarious movie. It's a short film. It's like 6, 7 minutes long. Oh, so funny. So funny. One of the best. So, Richard, you have any closing comments?
Not really, man. I enjoyed this first show. Hey, thanks, Ron, for inviting me on, man. Looking forward to being on many more. Like I said, engage with us. Tell us what you want. I'm
Yeah.
unfiltered. Just let you all know. My tag name is Staffing Shark. So just look for me anywhere, Richard the Staffing Shark. I am unfiltered. I will talk about any subject except the couple. We know which two that we won't talk about. But besides that, you do something, I'll do research. I got glasses now, so I can read and I can do research for you. But at the end of the day, we just want you to come and join us and have fun with us and comment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my closing comments are, with all the craziness going on in the world, you still need some form of entertainment. And why not join us almost every day? It's going on daily, the Almost Everyday Show. It's almost every day. So tomorrow we'll have a new show. Mike will be on with me, and maybe Richard could join us. Maybe Becky will join us. And then we take it from there, right? So most likely it will air Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. That's probably where we're heading. So, because we have other things on Rhode Island Broadcasting that happen on Wednesdays and Fridays that we can't change. So, look for us 5 days a week, and we'll be bringing you all kinds of stuff just like this. So we hope that everybody enjoyed the show, and you come back again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great night, everybody.
Enjoy.